You're listening to the NASM-CPT Podcast with Richey, winner of the Share Care Emmy Award for Social Storytelling and the official podcast of the National Academy of Sports Medicine.
Hey, y'all, and welcome to the NASM-CPT Podcast. My name is Richey, and today I have a guest with us, and I had the chance to hear him speak at an NASM Master Instructor or Master Trainer event at Optima one year. I've also had friends who are business owners and that have worked with this gentleman and his company, NPE, to help people build their gym facility businesses. He's also worked with the NASM to help build and develop a great course for personal trainers and help you with your business. So I want to welcome to the show today, Sean Greeley. Hi, Sean.
Hey, great to see you.
Man, it's great to be here. Thank you for making the time. I know that that us trying to schedule this was a little challenging because you are where right now?
I am in Massachusetts, but I'm all over the world these days, between Australia, between the US, and excited to be here with you today.
Yeah, very cool, man. We were trying to figure out where you were and what Australia was and if you were here and didn't know what. So we made the time and we made it happen. So thanks for making time to be here. So Sean, if you could do a favor to us, our audience, let us know a little bit about you and your story, which I saw on the website, but I'm going to not read it. I'm going to let you share what that is.
Yeah, so I'm the founder and CEO of NPE, and we support fitness professionals and studio gyms in growing their business all around the world. My background, I was an athlete, did a lot of sports growing up. I competed in professional wakeboarding for a number of years. And then I transitioned to becoming a personal trainer, grew that to becoming a studio owner, becoming a multi-location studio owner. And when I was 26, I got diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. Didn't know if I'd be dead in a year. Very scary time in my life. I asked myself, if I'm around for a year, what do you want to do with your life? The rest of your life? Great question for everybody to ask themselves at some point in their journey. And for me, it was really just helping a lot of my friends that were fitness professionals, that were studio and gym owners, have more success and help them solve the problems and challenges they were dealing with. And that led to forming NPE in July of 2006. And over the last coming up on 18 years, the company has grown to serve over 53,000 fitness businesses in 96 countries. And we help fitness professionals become 6-figure business owners, and we help studio and gym owners become 7-figure business leaders. And excited to talk to you about more of that today.
I like all of those things that you said. And so I'm a business owner. I have a few gyms in New York City. And it's great for business owners to have that resource like you provide. But really, the audience that we have here today are personal trainers. So can you give us a little bit of understanding what it is that personal trainers really need to focus on? Because some personal trainers are in corporate gyms and they build their business within a company and a brand. And then there are some people that are independent trainers that are trying to build their independent business outside of those corporate gyms. Are there different strategies in the businesses and how people go forward trying to build their business?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that really applies to what is your business model. I think where it starts is being very clear that if you're a personal trainer and this is your career path, you've got 2 jobs to do. Number 1 is your job is to get results for clients. And that's what we're all learning when you get certified, when you upgrade your education skill set and learn the craft of how to help clients transform and achieve the health and fitness outcomes they want to create. Once you learn how to do that well enough, your second job is to get more clients. And that is about sales. It's about marketing. It's about the business aspects of how you set your business up to grow. And certainly we see a lot of people that start out working in facilities and having a career path that they enjoy in that direction. We've seen a lot of people, especially in the past 3 years, with the closure of big box gyms and a lot of things transitioning the industry, the rise of the independent professional. And that is really the best job security, is to take control of your future, take control of how you can generate demand for your services and sell and create revenue for yourself, regardless of wherever you go in the world. And we help people acquire those skills and systems to build both face-to-face client service businesses, online remote coaching client businesses, And generally speaking, the first kind of stage of that is the solopreneur journey once you move beyond working for someone else. And the kind of first milestone is we like to say getting to become a six-figure Fit Pro. We generally see people get there in about, if you come with a little bit of background of skills and you have a little bit of revenue, we see people get there in about 6 months. And then that is a great place to be. We're going to talk a lot about that today, but briefly, I also want to share for a lot of people, once you get to six figures as a fitness professional, you're in the top percent earning of our industry as a fitness professional. That's a tremendous milestone to celebrate. You can now pay bills. You can afford some things that are earning a professional income, which unfortunately most of our industry is barely surviving on, 30, 40,000 a year, which is not enough to pay your bills and, put braces on kids in 2023. So, you need to get up there in income earning capacity if you want to make this sustainable long term. Unfortunately, that's why we see a lot of people leave the industry is they know how to serve clients, but they don't have the skills of how to get more of them and generate revenue. So we do that, but it is a time for money model at the end of the day, and that has limitations. If you stop working, you get sick, you got to leave to go take care of family out of town, you stop earning revenue, you stop getting paid. And that's where a lot of people at some point, it's kind of like, like real estate, like eventually your apartment is too small and you want to move to a bigger house. Well, business models are the same. Eventually there's a limitation to your model, and the opportunity is to continue to progress into a model that creates more opportunity and leverage. That's where a lot of people move into brick and mortar studio and gyms, because not only are you creating income, you are creating leverage with time when you have people working with you, serving the clients, and get to run the business when you're not there. But you create a financial asset, which is another huge thing for our industry, is that most people, they reach a career point where they have no assets and they have nothing to show for their 5, 10, 15, 20 years of hard work. And that's a shame. That should not happen. We really want to help you acquire the skills and employ those systems to A, help more people, and B, build not just income, but time freedom and a financial asset that can support you for many years to come.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sean Greeley, who is sharing his story with you about his business and how to build business. My name is Rick Richey, and I'm able to sit down with Sean today and talk a little bit about something. Now, you mentioned the time for money model and how that can be limiting in a lot of aspects. And I'll say this, for a while, I was making pretty good money just as a personal trainer, but I was still afraid to stop training. I was afraid to take a week off and go spend money to do something really cool, because not only was I spending money, I was not making money. It's not like many other jobs where you take a vacation and you still get a paycheck when you show back up. So, I'm going to go spend money and I'm going to stop making money. For me, that's a double whammy. I was like, I can go away for maybe a weekend, but to take a week off or to take 2 weeks off, that was super challenging for me to finally put those constraints up and step away and say, we do live for a reason, and it's not to work. We live to live. And so I finally put some things up. One of the other things I did too, Sean, and you probably are really familiar with this, is that because you make pretty good money per hour, you just don't train 40 hours a week or more like so many other businesses. They say you are working 40 hours a week, which means that sometimes you get up early in the morning and then you maybe train 7 or 8 sessions a day, but you are out of the house for 16 hours. You're gone all day long. And so for me, that was another really challenging thing, to put the constraints up and say, I don't train after this time or before this time, because, I felt like I was always chasing my tail. And then after a while, I realized that I was burning out and I needed to put some bumpers on the rails to make sure that I could stay on it.
Yeah, I think this will be a whole nother episode. We can go into the challenges for long-term career professionals, how to have really sustainability in your career.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot to talk about there. Really, ultimately, the next opportunity is about creating more leverage. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't do that because it's scary. What do I do? How do I do it? What's involved? There's risk. I got to put skin in the game. All those things are true. Yet, we see hundreds of people growing very successfully, not just income, but time, freedom, and assets when you get in the right model and you have the skills and systems to deploy that. So that's kind of the next conversation. I think where we want to, some of the things we're excited to talk about today, especially in this episode, is really at the beginning, because you don't get that, I think a lot of people at the beginning stage of the career be like, oh, I'd love to have too many clients and too much money. And, now I gotta like train a little less, and we want to help you create that problem, because when you're doing it right,
I love that.
You earn the right, when you do things right, you earn the right to work on the next problem in your business. And you got to get, the right support around you and knowledge and skills and to go execute. But right now, there are too many fitness professionals who are getting certified and are leaving our industry for one reason. They don't know how to get a client and make money. And that's what we're here to solve. And that's what we're so excited about, really focusing on that for every CPT to be getting paying clients, getting your first 3 to 5 paying clients and making money there. And then becoming, a 6-figure fit pro. That is where we want to guide you. And then again, earn the right to work on the next problems when you do it right.
I love that. I think there are a couple of things. One is that a lot of times we're just not patterned on having good or quality or successful trainers necessarily around us, or manager if we're working for a fitness company. That there were so many times where that manager, I know when I started, he was like, just go talk to people. And I was like, but what do I say? I don't know what to say to people when I just go talk to people. And then that problem really compounds when you leave the gym and you now go out on your own as an independent trainer, because at least the people that you had to talk to in the gym were already at the gym. You knew that they liked being at the gym, or that they at least showed up. And so you kind of had a pool of people who were already present to have conversations with. And that's a game changer when you go out on your own and you start to build your own business. Now, I know this because I own independent training gyms. And so people rent space from me, and I see it. It's a huge influx of business. They're super excited. They're making more money because they've gone independent, and they've got 20, 30 sessions a week. And then Jenny moves away. And so now you've got 18 sessions a week. And then so-and-so is out over the summer at the Hamptons. And so now you're minus 6 more sessions a week because of that. And then all of a sudden they go get a job in insurance because they just don't know how to build their business. And now I know there's a course out there somewhere, but dangle a carrot. Let us know. What are some of the things that we need to be doing?
Yeah. For sure. And what we see is generally there's 4 main things you need to focus on for getting more clients. And a lot of people want to start with, I get a lot of questions. What should I do for marketing? What do I put out on my social posts? What's the best lead gen strategy with Instagram? And those are where a lot of the questions start. And I will share with you, those are not where you should begin. We like to say business strategy trumps marketing strategy. And what I mean by that is your fundamental strategy for your business, to think like a business owner. Even if it's just you and you are the business, you're a solopreneur, you still need to think about the fundamental plan for your business. And there's 4 things to do that. Number 1 is your offer. Your offer refers to what do you sell, and who do you sell it to, and how do you package and price it? That is fundamentally the core of every business. And I haven't met a business, whether they're a startup or whether they're a public company, doing hundreds of millions of dollars a year, that doesn't need tune-up on that area. Those are the most important things in business. So who do you serve? And we talk about your avatar of your demographic, age range of 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds. 50. Those are not the same people. And you need to get really clear, who is your ideal client that you love working with, you love serving? What are the problems they deal with? How do you help them solve them? And how do you understand how you can communicate the value you deliver? And that we call really all about your offer and your value proposition. And if I ask you, what do you do? And you can't answer me in one sentence very clearly, we got to fix that. The fundamentals are the fundamentals in business. And then again, how do you package and price your services? So many people are still, off this old model of I'm going to sell 5 packs of sessions, I'm going to sell 10 packs of sessions, and they're priced really low. And when you're in professional services space, we don't sell access to gyms. We don't sell, we're not here to compete with Planet Fitness or things that are low cost 24-hour facilities. We are professional service providers. You have knowledge that is extremely valuable. You need to be priced reasonably at the medium to high end of the market. There's no joy in being at the bottom and going broke. You need to really differentiate, and that is the game to play. So we like to help people really structure their offer in terms of selling not workouts, not sessions. No one wants those, and no one wants to train with you. They don't even want to train. What they want is an outcome, and we need to be talking about programs. Programs are really commitments to a journey to achieve a definable goal. And we like to lead those in terms of 3, 6, 12-month commitments to go create that outcome together in a partnership and a coaching relationship. So offer is number one. And number 2 is sales process. You got to learn how to sell. When someone says, what do you do here? You need to be able to lead them through the process of understanding their needs and making the commitment to their goals and their journey. The byproduct is you get a client. But most people don't have a process. They wing it, and they're kind of making it up as they go, or they had some fitness manager that told them how to do something on a napkin, and there's no process, there's no consistency that really drives success. So we want to teach sales process. The KPI we look at is you should be signing up 80 to 90 to 100% of the people you work with on those 6 and 12 month commitments. And if you're not doing that, you're still talking to the wrong people and you're selling the wrong thing. So those are the foundations. And then we'll get into marketing really to follow, which I'm happy to come through, but I'm sure you have something to say about offers and sales. They're such big topics.
Yeah, I do like the idea of selling programs, and I think you're right. So many of us are, this is my price per session, and this, if you do X amount of sessions or you buy a package, then I may discount it. You're talking about a different thing, and I've seen this a lot more in the industry lately, and I think it's such a great idea. Talk me through that transition. So what does that look like for somebody who's already working with clients, and maybe they've been training with them for years, right? And they're finally saying, okay, hey, listen, this is a different thing that I'm doing. How do you pitch that to the current clients?
Yeah. Well, generally, it's the way we teach it. We help, again, review who is the best customer, how do you package and price yourself, and then how do you sell your services. And once you learn those things, we kind of get the flow going on. You start presenting the new offer to new people coming in the door, and then you have some confidence. You go sit down with the current clients. I think this is the most important thing, and where I see a lot of people struggle is they don't have, just like they don't have a process for sales, they don't have a process for renewals, they don't have a process to keep engaging clarity with the client around what they need and how we serve them and what is the value and where are we going together in relationship. They're just kind of stuck in, we do sessions, you pay me, we have these conversations, and there's nobody's leading anybody and everybody's lost, which is why all of a sudden somebody doesn't want to train anymore, this isn't working, and nobody's happy in the relationship. So if you're a coach, I think your primary responsibility is not teaching someone how to do a squat. They can watch YouTube and do that. It is in leadership, leading people. People is about having good conversations, understanding their needs, helping them understand their goals, helping them understand what's required to commit to the journey, and supporting them as their guide in getting there. So learning how to have what we would effectively call renewal conversations. There's 9 steps we teach, how we help them understand, why does this matter to them? Only they can answer that question. Help them understand what obstacles are still in the way that they're struggling with. What is their goals? How do they define success right now? Oftentimes they don't even know what they're doing or why they're doing it. So how do you think this is going to go if we don't help them get answers to those questions? They're one opportunity away from leaving your facility. And then lastly, helping them get clear on what support they need from us as their coach. And if you help people get clear on those 4 things, their motivation, their obstacles, their goals, and where they need support, then you can partner with them in an ongoing relationship and really the right structure to that relationship that's going to best serve them and help them understand what commitment is required. I'll just tell you a brief story. We've helped a lot of people as they understand a better way to do this, go have those conversations. And one of the things that makes me so really proud of the work we do is all of a sudden I hear things like, this was a client that was really flaky. They'd come in here or there, they'd miss stuff. I'd have to kind of, try to slap on the wrist to do their food journal this week. And all of a sudden, clients get clear, clients get committed, clients get more confident around what is required, how they're going to be successful. And all of a sudden, this becomes a fun relationship. And because the client is now committed on a new level, and you're really a leader, you're not there just counting numbers and, writing down how many reps they did today with their weight.
Yeah. Can you explain what maybe, the 6-month program, what does that look like for a trainer and their client? When are they coming in multiple times a week? Do you have different types of 6-month programs? What does that look like if we had a visual?
Yeah. So, well, actually we do. Too bad we didn't prepare those for this podcast, but we do have visuals. We have plenty of visuals. And you'll find a lot more about this actually in the new course we're releasing with NASM, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. But essentially, this gets back to pricing and packaging. So generally, we like to have a good, better, best option in terms of how you. Here's the elements. Number one, what do you call the program? Essentially, no one knows about all the stuff you do. They don't understand all the things you do, nor is that their job. Your job as a coach is really to curate the things they need in the journey and help them understand, what that means very simply. So we like to brand programs, and if you were training athletes, we would tell you you can have the you brand it in terms of the aspirational identity of the avatar. So the first program might be the Pro League, and the middle program, which is 12 months. The middle program might be the varsity squad, and that's 6 months. And the bottom program might be 3-month commitment. That's the JV team. Now, if someone is athletically inclined and performance driven, and you present them, we have the Pro League, the varsity squad, and the JV squad. Which one do you want to join? What do you think they're going to say?
Oh, top tier.
Nobody wants to be on the JV team, right? Everyone wants to be on the Pro League. And so what that means is we present the aspirational identity as the name of the program that people most want to come and be a part of. And that ties to the second column, which is commitment. That requires bigger goals, require bigger commitment. What does that mean? That's a 12-month engagement. And then we talk about session frequency. This can be based on your protocols, based on the client's budget, based on your capacity and what sessions you have available, all that kind of stuff. And then lastly, we present price in terms of monthly investment. So that's how we present it from a packaging and pricing standpoint. Operational delivery and execution. When someone says, yes, I'm signing up, what do we do? That is what we teach in CPT, but really how we assess clients' needs, how we design the program, how we help them implement the program, and then regularly reassess and update the program. And it just goes in that cadence, ongoing in the life journey of the client. And then again, stepping back to periodic points, have those renewal conversations where we get clear again about what's their motivation, what are the challenges, what do the goals look like, how do we reset the goals that inspire them to continue on their journey, and what support they need from us. And those things are going to always be moving because human beings, we evolve, they evolve, different seasons of life, different things change. When we have these conversations, this is how we create clients for life. And we don't have transactional relationships that are just about sessions or workouts. We're really making impact on someone for long term.
Man, super motivational. All right. So this is where I do want to now fast forward and talk about this business blueprint course because I'm amped up. I want to take it right now. So tell us a little bit about the course and your relationship and what you and NASM have been working on.
Yeah, so excited. So I've been working with NASM for several years now. We have a course that's been out for many years. Some of you might have heard about or been a part of called Business Accelerator. And it's now been significantly upgraded and we're relaunching it as the NASM Business Blueprint. And this is really the latest learnings and strategies that we have for how to price and package your offers, how to lead the sales process, and what are some of the fundamental marketing principles that you need to go apply. And so really, this is designed for someone that an entry-level program to learn the fundamentals of getting your first paying clients and learning the systems, again, how to upgrade from selling workouts to selling programs. That's what you're going to get in the NASM Business Blueprint course. And I think every NASM CPT should go through. You got to do CECs anyway. Go invest in not just learning how to teach another skill to a client, and deliver services, but learn how to generate more clients and generate more money, because then you can continue to buy whatever courses you want in the future because you're getting paid, you got money in the bank. And that's what we want for you to be sustainable in this journey, be around for years to come, making impact in the world. That's what we need. We need healthy, strong, successful personal trainers. And that means you've got financial health and you've got money in your bank account, and you're never scared and you're never at a loss for how to generate a client and how to make a sale and how to put money in the bank when you need to this week.
I love it. I go to conferences regularly, and I think that when I go to conferences, I really look at kind of the swath of opportunities that are there. When I say, okay, well, I've got 5 courses that are going on at 9 a.m. and I get to pick one, and then you get to go again at 11 o'clock, and you go again. And you have this opportunity at conferences. I always find at least one business course to attend. I think business courses are vital for us. It's great to have a skill. It is perfect for us to have this concept and this idea that we know how to squat and we know how to write programs. But if you don't know how to sell that to somebody, if you don't know how to bring people in that can participate in your skill set and your ongoing education that you're developing as a professional, then you're missing something vital to what we do. And I know just from managing so many people throughout the years, when they start as personal trainers, there's this really high attrition rate early on because they love the idea of training. They love the idea of workouts. They love the idea of getting paid and being at the gym. And then they disappear because they didn't sign up for this. I didn't sign up to sell. I didn't sign up to do all these things that aren't personal training. And you kind of have to smile a little bit and be like, well, how did you think you were going to train somebody? And I guess a lot of people really do think that they become a personal trainer. And I tell people all the time, I'm in New York City. I said, you don't get signed up and then pass your NASM-CPT and stand in the middle of Times Square and just say, here I am, and people flock to you. There is a lot of strategy that goes into it. And then it has to be something that if you don't love at first, you may need to start to learn to love it, because it is a big part of this business. You have to be able to let people know, draw people in, this whole idea of marketing. But then you have to identify who that is, because you're going to bring in people that may want something that isn't your forte. And I do think that we need to be a jack of all trades as a personal trainer, like a generalist, and then move towards a niche. So if somebody just wants general fitness, I want to feel a little better, I want to kind of have a little bit of weight loss. But when you are a weight loss specialist, that's a big difference, right? And that then starts to I guess, leads to what you were talking about with your offer and your value proposition. Like, you need to really be clear about who you are, what you deliver, and who you deliver to in order for people to go, that's my person. That's who I want to train.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, there's levels to this game. There's levels to mastery. I think, you're talking about what people love and don't love. And I would say a few things to that. Number one, we have the pleasure of working with a lot of people in the early stage of starting their business, starting their career. And with people who've been around in this industry that we work with that have been here 5, 10, 15, 20 plus years, who are very smart people. They have advanced degrees, MBAs, PhDs, dozens of certifications. And at the same time, they're not able to express or monetize their knowledge until they acquire the systems they need to get more clients and grow a business.
Well said.
And what nobody loves, what I would say, we may not like that we are not good at something, that we go and it's scary to ask for money. We don't know how to market. We don't know how to make things work. No, we really don't like. We don't like being broke, and we don't like having to go sell insurance or sell cars because we didn't get in and get after it and go acquire the skills, go acquire the knowledge to go, again, generate revenue. You can write your own paycheck. People are doing it every day. The gap is acquiring the skill sets and then executing on the plan. Just like like fitness. We see clients that struggle because they go to the gym once every 3 weeks. Well, guess what? If you don't know what to do with your business and you're working on your business once every 3 weeks, do you think you're going to be very effective at generating any revenue or new clients? No. You got to go get a program and you got to get to work every week, multiple times a week for 3 months. And then come tell me that this doesn't work, right? It's like people telling us, I tried exercise nutrition, it doesn't work. No, you just didn't do it the right way and you weren't consistent in the execution. So again, we want to inspire people to come get the knowledge, get the skills, and get around the right people that are going to support you and hold you accountable to take action every week. I like to say just a benchmark is if you're not spending 10 to 15 hours a week growing your business acumen and executing on the business building skill sets of sales and marketing, then you've got no excuses. It's like people saying, I'm not in shape. Well, are you going to the gym 3 times a week? No. Are you watching any nutrition or getting sleep? No. Well, I'm sorry, you got nothing to complain about. Then, fix that and then tell me that this doesn't work, right? And that this isn't possible for you. This is possible for everybody when you go learn what to do and you go deploy it. Just like you see your clients get after, it's time for us to get after in growing our business and helping more people and putting money in the bank to support ourselves and support the people we care about. And that's what we want for everybody here so we can be around doing this for many years to come.
I love everything you just said. Like I said, I'm so amped up right now. Let me ask you a question, because a lot of times people will say this, well, I know most people do this, but my business is different. What I do or how I sell or how I train is different. And so your system won't work for me in whatever kind of aspect that is, whether it's a facility that focuses more on something than something else. Do you see this system, regardless really of what and how and who you deliver to still be profitable?
Yeah, I mean, currently our track record at NPS, we have helped over 1,300 Fit Pros become 6-figure business owners, and we helped over 400 studio gyms reach 7 figures and beyond. So, that track record over 18 years, I don't know anyone else who's produced that. So there's 2 things you got to do. You need to get more clients, and then you earn the right to work on the next problem, which is scale the business, infrastructure and team and things that support that. So when you sell time and you sell professional services, what we're talking about are absolutely applicable to you. We see this with people of every niche, every type of clientele, multiple models that are nuanced. If you do group training, semi-private training, private training, online coaching, the fundamentals of business and of customer acquisition and business scale are the same for everybody. And that's what, your job is to figure out, where am I missing this stuff and how do I find better answers to these questions that every business has to answer? Where do you find great leads and prospects? How do you sign people up for your programs? And how do you deliver great value so people will stick around and stay, pay, refer? Those 3 questions, I don't care who you work with. I don't care what programming you do, Olympic lifting, kettlebells, walks in the park. Everybody's got to figure those 3 questions out. And the extent you get better answers to those questions, you're going to help more people. You're going to grow your client base. You're going to make more money, period.
And this is amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the NASM-CPT Podcast with Rick Richey. And I am here with Sean Greeley of NPE, and he is dropping bombs on us. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm stoked about this. I feel like we could continue this conversation on and on, but we, alas, cannot. So with that said, Sean, give us some closing arguments. Let us know a little bit of what we need to know about the business blueprint that NPE and NASM have co-worked on together and that you're delivering through NASM, and then how people can get in touch with you and follow you and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So one, if you're studying right now to complete your CPT or your existing CPT, you need CCs. If you need to make more money, then sign up for the NASM Business Blueprint powered by MP program. It'll teach you the fundamentals that we've talked about today in pricing and packaging and sales and marketing to get yourself positioned for success and get you lifted off and get you moving in the right direction. We're excited about that new product launch. And again, you need CCs anyway. Want to learn, invest in things that are going to actually make you money quickly when you deploy them. Beyond that, we have, that's at some point the NASM product lifecycle stops, and then we continue at the work we do specifically at my company, NPE. And we are celebrating, 6-figure Fit Pros and 7-figure studio gyms around the world. You can come learn more about what we do at npemoreclients.com/NASM. And we got a couple free gifts. You can take our Get More Clients scorecard. You can come to a live Get More Clients workshop where every week we're sharing swipe files, review of campaigns, and exactly what's working now for our community around the world. We do that weekly. So you'll hear the latest. If there's trends, there's things moving, you're going to hear about what's working. And come say hello on social. You'll find me on Facebook. You'll find me on LinkedIn. You'll find me on the gram, Sean Greeley. And I'm sure you'll share my details with everybody. Look forward to seeing you, meeting you, and hopefully seeing you at upcoming events as well down the road. We're here to stay. We've been here 18 years and excited about the continued growth and success to support everybody in reaching the next goal in your career path.
Fantastic. Sean Greeley, thank you so much for being here and sharing your knowledge and your expertise with us. I am looking forward to everyone who has listened to this podcast to sign up for this business blueprint course, to forward it to people. Just get the link and forward it to friends and family and fit pros that could really use this bolster to their business. And I think we all can. And like I said, when this course launches, I'm in. I'm signing up for it right away, and I've already put my request in with my bosses at NASM so that I can get this course as well. All right. So with that said, thank you so much for being here, for listening. Like, subscribe, share with your fitness friends and family about the podcast. If you got questions for me, you can reach out. Hit me up on Instagram at dr.rickrichey or email me at rick.richey@nasm.org. Y'all keep inspiring people to fitness. Also, do what you need to do to develop your business. Thanks for listening. This has been the NASM CPT Podcast.